saying goes, we didn't know we were making memories. We thought we were just having fun. Well, tonight it's the SweetCake Family YouTubers who, as a family, are doing that very thing. Plus, it's ANTL Studios CEO Toni Arizmendi sharing about how God has played a role not only in her business, but also in her personal life. And it all starts now on A New Thing Live.
Are you ready?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to A New Thing Live, where there is something new happening in my life and hopefully in your life every week, really every day. My name is Cyndi Galley, and I'm the host of this fun new show. We've only been around for just about 6 months, but we have been having a blast. So we're live every Monday night at 7 p.m., and so we want to thank you for joining. This is an extremely interactive show, so whether you're watching us on YouTube or you're watching us on Facebook, we want to hear where you're coming from. Tell us where you're visiting. Tell us where you're watching from. Of course, those of you watching it on demand later, not so much, but we still want to know, and just give us a shout out where you're from. We love hearing where our viewers are coming to us from. So we've got a great show for you tonight. I'm super excited. Before we bring out our guest tonight, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of what's been going on, that's new in your life. In my life, this past weekend was Mother's Day. And so we just want to say happy Mother's Day again to all of you amazing moms. Some of you are mentors. Maybe you don't have any earthly kids, but you have spiritual kids or just a group of kids that you mentor physically. So we just want to say happy Mother's Day to you. We hope that you had a really blessed day, whatever you did. My mom is in Wisconsin, and I'm so bummed that she and I were not able to be together. So I don't know how we could have made it happen. I know I was out there with her for Thanksgiving and for her birthday, but of course we got to FaceTime, but it's not quite the same thing. But I do know that she probably had a wonderful time with my sisters and with the family out there, all in Madison, Wisconsin. And I do get that famous question, when are you moving out, or are you moving out? And right now the answer is, I don't think so. I don't think so. It would have to be a very loud voice from above saying, go to Madison, Wisconsin. But I just say, I'm born to be out in the sun. My skin tans really nice and easily, and I just don't ever feel that call. So again, if it does happen, then you'll probably be one of the first to know. But Mother's Day was yesterday. So again, just a happy Mother's Day to all you mamas. And I'm excited. This week is National Chocolate Chip Day. So, we like to eat here on the show. And so I don't have chocolate chips because honestly, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go and grab these really yummy chocolate chip bars from my favorite little sandwich shop. It's a little small mom and pop business called Campitelli's. They have the most delicious tuna salad sandwiches. They have the most delicious salads. And they have these chocolate chip bars. They're about as smooth and chewy as a brownie. So I just decided, because I'm still trying to eat well, this is my little chocolate chip. It's a milk chocolate heart. Not going to have to work for me for today. So these are my little chocolate chips. But I really could not fathom, and I couldn't justify eating these bars. And trust me, for those of you that live in the Southern California area, you know that you cannot just have one Campitelli bar. So this week is your National Chocolate Chip Day. Enjoy your time. Just if for those of you that are dieting or whatever, just allow yourself like one really good chocolate chip cookie, or maybe there might be a healthy recipe that we can find with chocolate chips that don't involve cookies. So if so, then we'll be sure to put it up on our website for you as well. Hey, so we found out about a really cool writing program that's happening, and it's called Writing is Your Nature. And so it's a free science and nature writing masterclass with renowned nonfiction writers, presented in partnership with Yellowstone and Yukon Conservative Initiative. It's starting tomorrow. and it goes all the way through the 25th. This is free. It's a free masterclass. So for those of you that really are into writing, or for those of you maybe that are home, and it's not just for adults. I mean, for those of you adults and parents, if you know that your kids are writers, hey, I loved writing already when I was in 5th and 6th grade. I loved writing back then, and I love it now. So take a look at that. We will provide that information on our website. It's free. It's a free masterclass, and it's going for the next 4 weeks, starting tomorrow, all the way through the 25th. But there's some pretty cool courses on there. I'm excited. And if you miss one, if you miss a live Zoom, I don't know how it's going to happen, but if you miss it, then you can still attend the class later on. And so I'm super excited. I'll tell you all about it. Also, I did not get to mention this. I will mention it. I guess I could have mentioned it maybe during the birthdays, but I just have to tell you, since we're talking about Mother's Day, a really dear friend of mine's daughter got married yesterday, and it was virtual. It was in Walla Walla, Washington, but she looked absolutely gorgeous. So I just wanted to say congratulations to you, Chloe, and to Isaac. I look forward to meeting you, Isaac. I've known Chloe since before she came out of her mama's womb, but my really, really good friend, Desiree Fletcher, we've been friends since we were like 3 or 4 years old. Her daughter got married yesterday. So I'm supposed to be celebrating with them in Oregon in July. So I'm still hoping that that happens. It was just a beautiful ceremony. And you know, I'm a romantic anyway, but when you see a friend's daughter or son get married who you've known since they were little, just so many times my eyes just kept tearing up. So I wanted to say congratulations to them. It was a beautiful, very just natural, gorgeous wedding. And I'm super excited. Okay, another humongous celebration yesterday. Teen Fashioned Magazine celebrates 1 year yesterday. So we want to say happy anniversary to you, ladies. Y'all are awesome women. Your team is amazing. You're fantastic. You're brilliant. You're smart. I love your heart to encourage young women your age and your age group. It's a daughter to Fashioned Magazine, but these group of women, they start at ages 12 and they go all the way up until about 17. And then there are a few of us adults that help to supervise. But these articles and the content is curated all by the teens or the tweens or the preteens themselves. And so last year they launched with the fashion show on Mother's Day. And then they managed to launch their digital copy. And then now there's actually the printed versions as well. So we just wanted to say congratulations, ladies. You're doing a wonderful job. I'm so, so proud of you. Keep up the good work. Keep it up. Keep telling Julie, what you feel is really important for young women your age to hear. And, they talk about a little bit about self-image. And I know that bullying has been addressed even in some of the behind the scenes conversations. And so just a lot of really great topics that are addressed, but really it's about that young woman. And even for us adults, just knowing who we are and not feeling the pressure to be somebody that you're not. I remember having that aha moment for me. I think I was 20, somewhere between 25 and 27. I know 27 was the year for me that it was like, this is who I am. But I remember going through some of that journey. And in some of the things that I did, it's like, okay, well, I lead worship. I'm going to try and lead worship like this person. Okay, I was asked to teach and share the word. I'm going to try and share the word like this person. And then all of a sudden, somewhere between 25 and 27, I just caught it. That I had to genuinely be me. Nobody else could be me. Nobody else could be you. And so that's the beauty of Fashioned and Teen Fashion Magazine is, hey, be you. Don't try to be like anybody else because nobody else can be you. We need you to be the you that you were created and fashioned to be. And that other person, only they can be who they've been designed and fashioned to be. So anyway, if you have not yet subscribed, do subscribe to Teen Fashioned Magazine. It's online, it's digital. And then if you would like a hard copy, then just go ahead and do it through teenfashion.com and then let them know and say, hey, I would love to have a hard copy as well. Okay, so then this week was National Cartoonists, like plural, Day. And that was this past week on Cinco de Mayo. And we are thrilled and excited that with us 1 week from tonight, Butch Hartman, the creator, the illustrator of Danny Phantom and Tough Puppy and the Fairly Odd Parents. I was going to say the Oddly Fair Parents. I think I was thinking of the Odd Couple and the Fairly Odd Parents. He is going to be with us in our studio next Monday. So this guy was number one on Nickelodeon with his cartoons. And so for those of you that grew up watching any of those, you're going to want to watch it. Or if you're an animator, or if you're a cartoonist, or you're an illustrator, you're going to want to join us next Monday, 1 week from tonight, to watch Butch Hartman. There's one quick clip that we have from him, and I love his message, so we thought we'd share it. So let's go ahead and run that clip real quick.
That's what I encourage you guys to do. Anything you want to do that's creative, just start doing it and see what happens. Don't wait till everything's in place. It's nice if everything's in place, but if you can just start something, whatever it is, if it's a YouTube video, it's a song, if it's a book you're writing, if it's a comic book you're doing, just start it.
Just start it. Yes. Just start. That's what I'm doing here. I'm so hungry. So Butch Hartman is with us next Monday. Mark your calendars. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. This guy's super creative, and he's just been at the forefront of his game for so many years. Again, hit series on Nickelodeon for years, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. But yes, he'll be with us, and so it's going to be a sweet time next week. Speaking of sweet, we've got a real fun special guest family coming right up. But before we bring them out, let's take, oh, no. I didn't want to go there yet. I forgot we got to say happy birthday. I'm like, something feels a little off. So last week, we had so many birthdays from my sister and we had all these people. And then I was like going through my list this past week. I'm like, oh my goodness, there were so many other people we did not say happy birthday to. So we want to say happy birthday to Brittany Johnstone. That's my girl, Brittany. She's out there in the Murrieta area, out where it's real hot. But I love you, Britt. You're amazing. You're incredible. You are a world changer. So happy birthday to you. My stepmom, Hetty, it was her birthday. So happy birthday to you. Love you so much. My girl, Griselda, hers was on Cinco de Mayo. She actually came over for dinner, and we're talking about her birthday. And I'm like, well, when was your birthday? She's like, oh, it was just this past week. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I wish I would have been. So happy birthday to you, Griselda. My friend, my very, very good friend, one of my dearest friends named Hallie. We've been friends for over 20 years, and she's out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I want to wish her a happy birthday. And then my friend, Matt Silvio, my good friend Matt, his birthday is today. And so we want to wish happy birthday to you. And there were so many other birthdays, even yesterday. My girl Maya, her mom Grace was the day before. My sister's was the day before. But we did already say happy birthday to all of those peeps last week. So today, I just want to give a shout out to those of you who I missed and overlooked. And then, of course, today being Matt's birthday. So happy birthday. You want to sing happy birthday? Yeah, let's sing happy birthday. Can you sing with me? So I'm not singing by myself. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. Oh, dear, that was terrible. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brittany, Hattie, Griselda, Hallie, Matt, and everyone else last week. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Nothing but love for you from me and from the New Thing Live family. So we just wanted to give you all a shout out. And now, before we bring out our first special guest, we have a real quick look at some of the kind of fun they're conjuring up over there on the East Coast on YouTube. Let's take a look.
Yay, so beautiful. Let me see it. Oh my goodness. Who is this? Addie and Maya. And what is, let's see, and it has 1 hug, 1 wing, and 4 accessories. Oh, this is such a
They're my
beautiful
favorite
bag.
YouTuber.
Okay, let's see. Let's open them.
Let's start with.
What do you want to open first?
It says number 1, so let's open it.
Okay, do you need help?
Okay, here goes.
You want to take the whole box out? There we go. Let's see who you got. Oh, that's so cute.
Let's see what's in surprise too.
Okay.
Her wings. Let's get them out.
Those are beautiful. You want to put them on?
Yeah. They go on like this.
How fun. Well, hey, it's always special and fun when families do things together. But this family takes doing things together to a whole nother level. Not only do they collaborate and create, making those fun moments and memories, but together they as a family decided to do something new. And it's something that not many families do together. And that's taking their creativity and putting it out on YouTube. So here tonight to tell us what that's looked like for them is not just SweetCake herself, but it's the SweetCake family, which is Fabian, Susana, and Audrey. Let everybody welcome the SweetCake family. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
My
To see you.
Oh, it's so good to see you. You? No, do you hear an echo? Because I hear an echo.
I
Hello.
a little bit.
A little bit.
We hear okay. Probably
Okay.
I don't know if you can hear us okay.
I can hear you okay, but then I'm thinking if there's an echo, then everybody can hear. But I don't hear it anymore, so that's good. Well, welcome. We're so glad to have you on our show tonight. And my goodness, first of all, I just have to say, Audrey, you are just a beautiful young woman.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you know that I have done videos and make these kinds of movies with your mom and dad for many, many years?
I can probably make a lot of money if I wasn't your good friend. I have a lot of material to show.
I absolutely love it. And you know, one of those things, it's like truly when you all moved and left California and you moved to the East Coast, I was really bummed, first of all, because I didn't have anyone to do those fun, silly, crazy movies with. You know, I still remember when we did the whole video, like I Will Survive. And then the boys, I think that they did It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC. I mean, Fabian's doing the every little thing I do, and he's jumped up, and then we're grabbing the microphone, the girls, it's our turn, and we're singing I Will Survive. And then I remember one of my favorite, there were so many, but when you did the Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, that I can never get those images out of my head. Was that you and your sister, Susana?
Yes, my sister.
And then you all took it a whole nother level. I thought, okay, this family, they have way too much fun. When you when you did the Lion King.
For now, our little Chihuahua was the Lion King.
And yeah, and you were holding up your Chihuahua up and presenting the Chihuahua up like, you know, like the little next in the throne. And then were you the witch doctor? I think you were hanging from the tree. Was that you?
Yes, that was me.
The funny thing is we had gone to Disneyland a few weeks before, and they asked us if we wanted to be in the real Lion King parade or whatever. They had a parade. So they gave us all the masks, you know, to put on the parade, and we were able to keep them. So we said, hey, you know what? We could be all these animals on the parade. So we just...
Our neighbors,
I
mean, our neighbors, even though we live in a big property back in California, sometimes they were like, what are they doing? It was dark and we are with lights and screaming and dancing and singing. So
So much fun. Well, I have just so enjoyed. I'm a subscriber to the Sweet Cake family, and I love what you've done. I mean, first of all, what was it that inspired you to do this? I know there are some of those younger generation, like the little Ryan guy. Now he's got his little toys in Target and all of this, and that's fun. Even seeing him and his family. I don't have any kids. I'm not married, so I just always think, wow, what a cool thing. And how did this thing get birthed? Were you just in the living room one day, or how did this whole thing come to be? We want to hear all about that.
I think it was a little bit of Audrey, and we love to make videos. When I was a teacher, I would make videos to teach Spanish. But you were watching a YouTube channel called Tic-Tac-Toy, Family and Tic-Tac-Toy. And one of the things, I always wanted to do videos, but I was a little bit concerned about bringing up a child on a YouTube channel and the way they handle it and the way they had so much fun that she just opened a toy and started recording, and from there it's just acting up, and I think it was like that, no?
Yeah, I might have wanted to because I was watching like a YouTube channel.
How fun. So Audrey, what is it like for you? What is the whole preparation process for you to get ready to film something? How old were you when you first made your first Sweet Cake YouTube video?
I might have been 9 or 8.
Probably 8. Yeah, probably 8.
Yeah.
And so what is that, what is that whole process like? Do you and your mom, do you plan together, your dad? Because I'm sure dad's the one behind the camera, I'm pretty sure.
Actually, Fabian taught me how to edit. I had to learn how to edit. I always, I record, I write, I edit. He just kind of supports us in watching us being so crazy, poor guy. Sometimes he comes and we have wigs and we are at the lake and getting wet and splashed and but it's just kind of spontaneous. I mean, we try to plan, but
my mom is normally the one who writes the scripts.
She gives me ideas of what would she like the toys that we started first choosing. But we kind of gone a little bit away from the toys because she's a little bit older.
Yes.
So we do more things with outdoors with the bull. We had a bunny that he was the star of our show, and sadly he's no longer with us. So that kind of stopped us a little bit. It was kind of hard after our little bunny passed away. He was Bunny Peterson. But it's just, whatever opportunity we can find, we just go with it.
I love that. I'm so sorry about the loss of your bunny too. That makes me so sad. And I know that as a family, you use all of your living beings on your property. I think I've seen Chico as a police officer.
Yes, he's gonna be 17 in July the 1st. So he is a dear boy. Chico is our trusty dog. We love him so much.
Yes. Well, I saw him in that little police uniform and I was cracking up because I think you referred to him as your like top notch or your highest security. And so even that, for example, that's so very creative. Susana, talk to us a little bit about, you and Audrey will talk about concepts, and then how do you take it from there and think, okay, this is what we're scripting out. And because every story has there's an issue, there's conflict, for the resolution that come and happen at the end. But somehow you manage to take it, through all of those many different places that are needed to make a really good story.
Well, it usually depends of, are we going to open a toy? And if it's a new toy, for example, that video that we got 23,000 views, I think, is because a new toy was coming out. We love that family. We didn't want to support someone that we might, just because somebody's making a toy. who really love the tic-tac-toe family. The toy was coming out. I said, why don't we just do a video about how we got the toy? And she's surprised about opening it. So we look for opportunities. Sometimes like we have ideas in advance and a few months in advance, but we wait for the right timing. Like the bunny one, when we started doing the videos more with Chico and with Bunny, she was watching another YouTube channel called Coyote Peterson, that is an adventure show. And I'm like, we have the opposite. I mean, he hunts for like snapping turtles, lions, snakes, and we have a bunny and a chihuahua. So I'm like, let's take it to the other side and let's make it funny in that sense. It's just, I'm crazy that way. So, and she goes along with mommy.
I love it. Well, you're an educator, and so to me, it's part of that. You're a teacher, and so to me, it's just using that creative already. You already have those creative scenarios in your head, and then you're just kind of creating and together you're bringing that content out in the form of a video, which I think is just so much fun. And then I love that it's done as a family. And then you mentioned that Fabian supports you even, just in the fact that he's a supportive dad. That's huge to me. I think there might be families that might want to do things more along those lines, and then they just don't because maybe one of the parents isn't for it. Fabian, talk to us a little bit about, yes.
I tell you, even our birthday parties are crazy. He has been on videos too, so he will be there too as well.
Case and point. So Fabian, talk to us. And what's that like on your end? Because I know that you're creative as well. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you taught Susanna how to edit, and even I love the fact that you even taught her how to do some of those camera shots. What do you see as your role as a dad or the head of the household in all of this?
Well, on the video part, I actually started showing her how to edit. We ended up updating our computer, getting a whole new, Final Cut, whatever on that. And she started learning how to do it. And I actually, with the new program, I kind of almost forgot about doing everything. So she pretty much took over. And she's there day and night, editing and everything and putting it together. And it's like kind of nice just to sit back for a while after all those years of me editing videos, which I enjoy doing, but also when I had time in California, I had my own business. So I did have time to edit. Now, working a full-time job here is a little bit, I don't have as much time to edit. But I'm happy that she knows how to do it. So it's pretty neat. And it's actually, she loves editing, I think, more than I do. So she really takes it to a whole new level. So it's kind of funny because I think our roles kind of changed. In California, I was more the crazy one that, stayed up all night and did the videos. Now here I'm like, okay, let's go to sleep early, wake up early, go to work, be more relaxed. And the two turned out to be more crazier than me. I'm like calmer now, I think.
And then Audrey's probably a really great combination and mix of the both of you together, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Audrey, who do you feel like in terms of your creativity, and your mom and dad are so loving that neither of them would be hurt, but who do you feel like oh yeah, I think I do the creative thing a little bit more like mom or a little bit like dad, or it's good to say both of them if you really feel both?
Well, I might be more funny like my dad and maybe more creative like my mom.
Ah, very good answer. So what's been your favorite toy to open up? And what was the name of that cute toy that had the little mask? That was a really cute toy.
Well, when we started our channel, I didn't want to show her face, so that's why she would have masks. But then it wasn't practical because we love to travel, and as we go to places, and it wasn't just like practical to be with a mask for every single shot. So after, I will say 2 or 3 months, we dropped that. And so that's why we had that. Now go ahead and you can answer the rest about the toy that you were opening.
Oh, that was it was called Tic Tac. It was from a YouTube channel called Tic Tac Toy. And we did, and so it was like a little plushie inside.
How fun. My goodness. Well, I just love what you're doing. And you have more than one channel.
I do. It's just kind of, we homeschool, and editing takes a long time. I mean, filming, it takes usually 1 or 2 days or 3 if you're gonna do something that requires a lot of shots at a store or things like that. But editing is hard, especially with a family. And I get into editing so much that I had to be careful. But because of where she is at this point, we have another channel. I have another channel, Wonderfully Made. Eventually, I had to kind of make a decision. Okay, I love being creative with parties and crafts. So I made a channel just for that called Wonderfully Made. But what we are excited about now, we have a children's channel called Under the Olive Tree. And that's what we're going to focus more this summer. I mean, we're still going to make videos for SweetCake Family. In fact, we have a couple of them coming up that we have to shoot, and they're going to be very funny. But at this point, she's going to be going to 5th grade, and she had questions that growing up I never had. And it's going to be more geared towards girls that are 4th, 5th, and 6th or 7, and about keeping themselves wholesome. I don't know if that's the word to say. It's just, for example, we go to the stores, and there's some stores, craft stores, that I don't want to take her because of the music that they play. And she will notice. And I'm like, my goodness, she is 10 years old, and she's growing up in this environment that they're telling her all these things, that this is the woman that you need to become to be attracted to a man. And I'm like, I don't like that. And I can't change our culture, but we are going to start a club in the area called Young Wow for young girls. And that channel, even though it already has a few videos about the Bible, about John, I mean, about Jesus and the last week of Jesus, now we're going to focus more for girls of our age and what their questions are and what they're going through and growing up in this generation. So that's looking forward this summer.
I love that. That's amazing. And I think absolutely, we could talk all day about problems that we see going on in our society and in the world. And really at the end of the day, really, what are we going to do about it? Yeah. And so I love that that's the approach you're taking, is how are we going to help some of these young girls just stay true to who they are? And you're absolutely right. The messages that are being sent nowadays are different than when I was in 5th grade and when I was in 6th grade. And even then, things were a little bit shady. Some of the songs I go, oh, why was I singing about this happening all night when I was 12 years old? It's like, but seriously, I mean, nowadays it's just heartbreaking. Some of the messages are very degrading. And so I love that you're providing a solution just to help really just young women stay true to who they are. And, let's let the 5th grade girl be a 5th grade girl, and let's our teenage girls be these teenage girls. And that's one of the things, even with our teen fashion magazine, is we just wanted to provide a magazine that would be fun and would have fashion and have articles, but where they're going to be encouraged just to stay true to who they are. And it doesn't matter the external pressure that, that you would get or feel. I think as long as we provide alternatives for these young women to be able to still have these fun resources, channels, that's going to be so helpful and so wonderful. I love hearing that. It's so beautiful. Well, is there anything else that you want to share about your YouTube channel, the children's YouTube channel, Under the Olive Tree, your SweetCake Family? What would you say would be, each of you, if we can hear from each of you, maybe what you've loved about doing, your channel together as a family and creating these videos together? What has this done for each of you individually?
I'll go first. Well, like the introduction that you just played at the beginning of the show, is the memories. maybe if I wouldn't have a YouTube channel, it would be hard to sit down and edit everything. But it's been just a year and a half that we started, but I already see her growing up, and I see her, it's kind of like a diary, of a goofy diary, you can say, because of the things we do. But just to see her growing up and doing the goofy things and funny things, but then also when we travel, and our life is kind of like a snapshot of what we're going through in the YouTube channel itself. So I like to see that, because I don't know if I would have sit down and do that for everything, every, like going to Disneyland or going to the beach, if I didn't have a YouTube channel. So I like that. And
How about for you, Audrey?
What do you like about having the YouTube channel?
I like making like funny like lines and stuff, and I get to sometimes create like some lines and stuff, and I like it with my family because it could be funny when we do it as a family.
That's beautiful. Yes, what a wonderful thing that you're, not a lot of young kids can say that they have those types of memories with, with their family, and what a wonderful experience for you too. And then you're also learning how to grow in some of the things that God's already calling you to do.
Yes.
Another thing is, the Bible says, train up a child in the way they should go. When they grow old, they won't depart from it. Well, of course, it's, we interpret that as like biblical, but I also feel like it has to do with our gifts. You begin to train your children in those gifts that they like, whether it's acting or, let's talk about creating some more content for the YouTube channel. I mean, what an amazing thing to have parents that are helping you along in that area. So I just love seeing you doing that. And Fabian, what about you? What would you say would be one of the things that you have seen as a benefit to your family as being a part of your YouTube channel?
I think watching my daughter, probably having fun with her parents. She gets to enjoy. She really likes to do videos. She likes to spend time with us, and it's true, and it's sincere. It's not make believe. We just really like. She likes it, so I like to see that. But I like to see her still having fun, being a child, being a kid, and not being into things that make her want to grow up all of a sudden into the teenage life or what's next, into she just likes to have fun. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of nice. Maybe that's what I saw me growing up. I didn't want to grow up. I wanted to stay, but a lot of peer pressure makes young girls nowadays want to grow up quicker and do a different role. But she's not embarrassed, and she likes just to have fun. So I that's a nice way to, unite us more too.
Well, I love that. And just seriously, I love what you're doing. And it's amazing. Keep up the good work. And I'm going to keep heading on over there. And then, from time to time, keep us posted when you do your Under the Olive Tree or anything else that you do. We want to support that here on A New Thing Live as well. So let us know. We can feature it. We can show a quick little, promo video, whatever. We want to partner with you as well, and just getting the word out about your YouTube channels as well. And so we do have some information for those of you that are YouTubers, those of you that are watching on YouTube, but maybe some of you are even watching on Facebook. Head over to YouTube. Their information is the SweetCake Family. That is their current YouTube channel. And then if you subscribe to SweetCake Family, I guarantee that you will be able to find information about Under the Olive Tree or anything else that they're doing. But one of my favorite scriptures is imitate those who through faith and patience inherit the promise. And to me, that is one of the things that I see your family, you're doing, you're going after it. And you've always been very family oriented. Your parents, Fabian, your parents, you guys all kind of travel together, and then you move together, And I love that. And I know I even joked about me not wanting to come to Wisconsin. Of course, there's a part of me that wishes that I could be much nearer to my family. I just don't feel the call to be there. However, I do think there's just there's something so important about, your family being together. And that's how it was done in the old times. And really, it really should continue to be modeled throughout I think there's something to be said about being a family that stays together. So thank you for being that family. Thank you for providing those solutions and alternatives just to help young women stay true to who they are, keep being creative. And I'm gonna try. It's on my calendar, my 2021 calendar, to come out to visit you this year.
Yes.
So
Remember,
let's agree.
maybe Wisconsin might be a little bit too cold, but North Carolina is a little bit closer to Wisconsin than California. So
Yes, agreed.
if you come over, we'll do a sweet cake video with you.
Oh, that would be so much fun. I would love that. Let's do. Okay, well, everybody, again, we just want to highlight the SweetCake family. Thank you so much, every one of you, Fabian, Susanna, and Audrey, for being a part. Blessings to your ministry. May more creativity flow out and through you. And then may you just continue to be fruitful and multiplying everything you put your hand to. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
How fun. My goodness. So families, moms, dads, those of you that are watching, why not start something new with your family? Maybe you don't feel called to launch a YouTube channel. Maybe you don't feel called to make videos and edit. But there are certainly fun things that you can do to build your family, to build that community, just to continue to be stronger, grow stronger, day by day, week by week, month by month. Yes, year by year, we know all of that. But I just wanted to just encourage you, even as I'm a part of this conversation with the SweetCake family. Just thinking, wow, like if families did that, if more families did that, think about the meshedness, if that could be a word, just the coming together and just some of these things that come at our families. But when you're doing these types of creative things together that are for the greater good, I just think only beautiful things can come from that. So may every family watching, may every spouse watching, may every sibling watching, may you catch something of what you just saw take place with the SweetCake and do likewise. Do it likewise. And so we're super excited, again, just about them being a part of here. And I love hearing that they've got a whole new channel underway. Before we bring out our next guest, we do have one quick message from A New Thing Live. Don't go away. We'll be right back. We're here and we're crazy and we're laughing. When I see you at church, I'm gonna do the whoa, and you're gonna be like, whoa.
I'm only 5'3", girl, and I'm a size 10 shoe. That is not right. There's something wrong with that, first of all, okay? I mean, I wanted to stand up and be like, yes!
I fall asleep and it's like I wake up in the morning and I go, oh, my blush is still on.
Definition, exhibition, simplified complexity. I get to comfort you today because I got a kitchen.
Je t'aime Paris, je t'aime Paris.
Oh, oui, mademoiselle. If you haven't yet, don't forget, subscribe to A New Thing Live.
Your husband is crazy, okay? He just said, can I get her phone number? No. We have way too much fun here on A New Thing Live. And really, this show is for you. This show is to help you reach for that dream that's been in your heart that you've just felt like, I don't quite know that I want to do it, or I don't think that I can do it. What will people say if I do it? All of the above. There are always reasons why we don't step out into doing that new thing that's in our heart. Maybe it's a fear of failure. Maybe it's just fear altogether. Maybe you just think, I don't have the resources, whatever it is. This show is to help you do that thing that's in your heart to do. Some of you are meant to write a book. Some of you are supposed to start a YouTube channel. Some of you are to open a business. Some of you are called to be entrepreneurs. And so one of the things I think about this show is that it definitely is life-giving. It's life-giving to me every week, and it truly is because of the special guests and all of those individuals that come on our show. And our next guest is no different. Sometimes when we're used to being in a routine, sometimes it can throw us off when we're hit with something or we're blindsided with something that we didn't quite expect. And for our next guest, this is certainly the case. She used the pandemic to catch step, not only her, but her dance studio, and bringing it to a thriving place. And so we're excited to introduce to you tonight the CEO of Dance, Miss Toni Arizmendi. Toni, are you here?
Yes.
Welcome. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
So good to see you.
You?
Girl, okay, so I'm just cracking up because we have been together for so many years, even when we didn't even know that we was gonna know each other years later.
Right. I was just telling my best friend this story.
I was like, okay, when did I first meet Toni? I was like, I think it was at a party. It was a Rio Hondo College related party back in the early 1990s.
Yes, it was.
Wow. Well, it's so good to have you with
I
us.
call those before Jesus days.
Girl, yes, it was. It was definitely my BC. It was before Jesus, that's for sure. And so thankful for him. And then just such a joy to see like him moving in your life. And then when we did come back together years later, and we're like, I know you. We were at a different place. We had vision, we had purpose, we knew why we were breathing, we knew what our existence was all about. And I want to say that it was at that next moment where we did reconnect. You already had your dance studio and dance, right? So what year did your studio launch? How long have you had and dance in Norwalk?
We are celebrating our 26th anniversary next month.
Wow.
1995.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Well, congratulations. That's humongous. That is phenomenal. And, having had, one of my girlfriends, her daughters was a part of Dance. So, not only did I know that that's what you did, but I had the privilege and honor of being a part of your audience, out there supporting some of your dance students. And I have to say, those dances were so much fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of talent, and I just loved all of the different creativity, all the different productions that you guys did. It seems like even recently I came across something showing that you had placed in Spotlight competition. Maybe that was what we were just seeing as well. I'm not sure.
Yes, that was last weekend.
Last weekend. Well, congratulations. And I'm so excited just to see that your studio has still been thriving. And that was one of the whole reasons why we even just started talking about, we need to get you on here, because I really wanted you to share, what has happened in your life, what's happened in your studio. You said, girl, the Lord has provided in ways that I couldn't even imagine during this pandemic. We're still around. We're still here. Not only that, we're not just hanging on, but we are thriving. Talk to us about that. So the pandemic comes in March of 2020, and then where are you at and what happens from there?
Literally, I teach at a middle school as well as at the studio. And it literally was the week after my birthday. I celebrated my 50th birthday with my kids at the studio, and the following week, I got to school and they said, we're shutting down tomorrow. And I'm like, what? What's going on? Like, I wasn't even aware of what was going on at all. And I'm like, what virus? What's going on? Okay, well, we're going to be, 2 weeks. And so when that happened, we immediately knew that there would be a need at the studio. And so we got into gear and we said, okay, any parents that need daycare, just bring your kids, pay what you can, whatever. If you can't, nobody was prepared for this. Nobody was prepared to put their kids in daycare and have to, spend hundreds of dollars to have people take care of their kids. So we wanted to fill a need. And so that was going to be 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks turned into 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks was like, oh no, we're all going to be here. How long is this going to go on? And so we just really, kicked it into gear. We got shut down. We started videotaping our classes. All of our staff just started videotaping from home, from the studio. We put it on a platform where they could have the pre-recorded classes, and then we started doing like stretching classes every morning and just different stuff to keep the kids occupied and to keep them engaged and to keep the parents engaged. And it felt like everyone was kind of in a slump, and so we just wanted to do whatever we could to just bring up the morale and just get these kids moving still. And we went from that to then having classes completely on Zoom, and it was just crazy. But a couple of months into it, we were just noticing a big, huge drop in our income and our revenue and in our enrollment, because people were just scared. They didn't want to bring their kids. They didn't want to do Zoom. There was all these things that were going on, and I mean, we were just losing thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And I remember my office manager coming in saying, it's okay, I'll just step aside, I'll quit, like, you don't have to pay me, whatever. And I'm like, no, we're gonna be okay, we're gonna get through this, God will provide, he always has, we'll be okay. And I mean, a couple months into it, I received a check from the IRS in the 5 figures of money that they had owed me for years and years and years. And I had pretty much given up that I would ever get this money back.
Wow.
And yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. I mean, it was crazy. It still brings me to tears.
Of
And
course.
just all along this whole year, I mean, just like random checks in the mail and parents who still paid their tuition, and we're just like, we just want to support you. And just amazing things, amazing, like miracles that you can't even explain, like that. I mean, the IRS, it was like I had given up on the fact that they took this money, like, I mean, 5 years ago or something, and I had just given up. And it was like, I opened this check and I called her and I was like, oh my God, I just, it's like, you're not going to believe this. And I literally was like in the parking lot of my condo complex, like crying and just like, I can't even believe this right now. It was amazing.
Wow. And so how do you keep yourself, because it's not just you. It's not just you in your household. We're talking you in your business. And a lot of businesses, unfortunately, folded during this time.
Yeah.
And then so for me to see that, to get that, direct message from you, like, you have no idea. Wow, it's been so amazing during the pandemic. Yes, these times were dark, but yet we came out on top. We're still thriving.
Yeah.
How do you not only keep yourself encouraged, but how do you keep your team encouraged with, as we're all as a nation, as a world walking through this together? There's still a lot of countries that are still being hit pretty hard right now. For those of you that are people of prayer, please keep India in your prayers. And I believe I just read it was Kenya the other few days ago as well. Pray, please be praying for India and Kenya, because I hear that the number of cases are just skyrocketing out there, and it's heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking. But how do you, as a business owner, keep your team encouraged and not just like lose heart and go, how are we going to do this? Because at some point you still have to kind of come out. As one of my least favorite songs, I was in the production, Annie, Get Your Gun. And that song, There's No Business Like Show Business, is like the saddest song in the world. All the things that are happening, but let's go on with the show.
It is. It really
right?
is.
So how do you go on with the show, in a sense, when you are in the middle of this, like you said, the enrollment's going down, and yes, people are afraid. How do you keep yourself encouraged, and how did you keep your team encouraged?
Honestly, everyday prayer. My best friend and I actually, and just keeping my circle small, because I felt like there was times, like even people who were the closest to me were like, you know what, it's been 25 years. Why don't you just give it up now, hang it up? You've had a good run, kind of thing. And I was like, but I'm not done. I'm not done. Like, this is not, no, I don't think this is how God wanted me to go out, and I I kept my circle very small. I do live alone, and so there was a lot of isolation at the beginning. If everyone remembers, I mean, it was like we were all in our homes, just like, okay, do we go outside? Do we not? Do we,
Yeah.
And so being home, my best friend and I actually we found a daily devotional with Albert Tate from Fellowship in Monrovia. And honestly, I will tell you for sure that that's what got me through every single day. And my best friend and I would just discuss, like, oh my gosh, wasn't that an amazing message? Like, because none of us knew. I mean, there was so much uncertainty and so much, like, just, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And I really did not ever want my staff to feel like I was going to give up on them. I paid them every single penny that they were owed. I made sure that all of them were paid, and nobody had to take a cut. Nobody had to take any, cuts in classes or anything like that. And I felt so responsible, for this group and for this team that I lead every day. And these are people, most of them, who have grown up in my studio, and I feel like they're my children, and um there was no way that I was going to give up on them or on my dream and the dream that God has placed in me. And so I listen to that thing every morning, 8 a.m. Sometimes I listen to it 2 or 3 times, and I just kept going, just pushing through. And we came up with creative ideas and virtual tea parties and virtual luau's, and I mean, anything virtual you could think of, we were like, okay, let's do this. And I feel like we gave hope when some people just felt really hopeless and sad, and not knowing, like, what are we gonna do, and it was just, I mean, I say, like, sometimes I say it like it's only dance, but it's so much more than that at our studio. It's such a family, and it's such a place of hope for kids who, sometimes don't have a great day, and they come and dance is all they have. And so my responsibility to them felt so much greater at those times, because it was like, wow, what are we going to do? And, people would call and be like, oh my gosh, my daughter's so sad. And, this and that. And it's just like, my main goal was like, let's just keep everyone happy, let's just keep these kids encouraged and keep them moving. And even though there were times when I felt like, oh God, somebody needs to come and just, get me off the floor, because I was like, what is going to happen? We just kept going. We just kept going, and we just pushed through. And it was just one of those things where it was like, no, this isn't going to stop me. I'm not going to let this stop me. We got to just keep going, So it was amazing. It was pretty, I mean, looking back now, it makes me want to throw up. It does. I have a weak stomach, so I'm like, it's insane. It really is. I mean, and some people, like I said, like, I just had to keep my circle small with people who were lifting me up, who I knew were praying for me, who I knew, oh, I'm gonna cry, and not let the outside people who were like not believe, you know what I mean, like couldn't have that kind of vision and couldn't have that kind of belief. I was just like, nope, I'm gonna stay home, do my puzzles. I did a lot of puzzles. and just kept going, like just kept pushing through, and just keeping that vision of those kids and my little family, my son and my grandbabies, and just keeping us like keeping it small and just keeping it like with the people that I knew were supporting me, my mom, and just people that I knew were gonna say whatever it is that you're gonna do, we're gonna push you through and we're gonna support you, and so I think that was one of the major things that just kept me going was just having that daily devotional and encouragement to push through. Oh, look at the father-daughter.
Yeah, so sweet. Yes. Okay. So yes, I'm listening to you, and all of a sudden I see a graphic. I'm like, oh,
Cute.
yes, the father-daughter. I have to say that is probably one of the several things I enjoyed about attending your recitals was the father-daughter.
Always the hit of the show.
Really? Okay.
Always.
Oh, it's so moving. It's so tender. Didn't matter what the dance was, whether it was like, My Girl, or I don't know, some of the other songs that the dads would dance to, but I would just get this big lump in my throat, and, because it was just so sweet to see the dads dancing with their daughters. Was there a father-daughter dance this year?
Actually, yes, we did have a recital. We were probably one of the only studios in Southern California. We're like one of maybe 2 or 3 studios that actually had a recital that wasn't virtual or filmed. And we rented an outdoor facility, a park that is privately owned. And we brought in little groups at a time, and we just had we called it Dancecella because it was like a festival atmosphere.
Hey, now that's creative.
Yeah. And the dads danced with their daughters, and it was awesome. It was great.
I love that. Well, such a powerful, as you were talking about your story, so powerful, just some of the things that you touched on, I definitely want to retouch on because those things are powerful. You said that you kept your circle small. And, even as you shared that, there is a story for me in the New Testament that I love. And it was, some people say, well, I don't believe in that, but, I am a woman of faith. So I do believe this particular story. I do believe the word of God. And in this story, there was a child who was dead. And, Jesus said that she's not dead, but she's sleeping. And they started to mock and laugh. And the Bible says that he put them all out of the room. And then he said, daughter, I say to you, arise, of course, not in English, but, and she woke up. And I think there's something to be said about putting people outside of that room. You want to have people in the room that are going to be saying the same thing that you're saying. They're going to be speaking the same thing that you're speaking. And there might even be people that you love that they're saying something different. And it's okay to say, you know what, can I put you in another room? I love you, but I'm going to put you in another room because we need to, as leaders and influencers, keep our faith up. And there is already so many things that are attacking us as it is. But so that was so huge of you to do that because it's not easy to do. And there are probably people watching or listening that would say, there are people that I know I need to put outside of my room. And I haven't done that yet, but you need to do it. If it's killing your dreams, and you said, I wasn't going to give up on the dream that God put in my heart. That is your dream. And not just your dream, it's your calling. I mean, already you're going to come in your 26th year, and congratulations, girl. That is huge. That is amazing. And that's exciting. And I celebrate you and I applaud you just for being a phenomenal dance studio and for never quitting, for never giving up, and just for going for it and giving it all that you have. So there's so much to be said about those key things that you did. And I just, I'm so thankful that you shared those because I personally feel those are things that are needed in our lives for victory,
Yes,
for continued victory, to continue to win. And then you also said the vision. You said the vision that you had in your heart. And that's the thing, the Bible says that without vision, people cast off restraint or they perish. We need that prophetic vision to know why we're doing what it is that we're doing. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what keeps you going. So thank you so much for keeping that vision. And it wasn't about you. And that's the thing, when you have vision, it's never just about you.
No.
Vision is always about the other people. So you talked about your students. You wanted to keep them happy. You wanted to give them hope, and you really understood that, whether it was virtual, whether it was a drive-through, whatever it is that we need to do, let's do it, because we need to bring hope to our students and get them thinking about something other than this dark place where we as a world had entered,
Right.
So beautiful, Toni. My goodness. I just love what you're saying, and you are an amazing woman. And I'm just so excited that you're here sharing, these things from your heart. So now, and then I was even looking at your website. I was like, oh my goodness, I think for internet, because we did celebrate International Dance Day or International Day of Dance last week, right? And so a couple of weeks ago, we had a gal on here. She was a winner in the show World of Dance.
Right. From the lab?
The lab, yeah. So I had her on here, just as we were going into that week, and so she was so cute. I'm like, well, maybe you can teach me a little dance or something. But she tried to teach me the whoa, and I still don't even think I know how to do it. I'm like, I need to watch it over and over again. And it was, she's like, oh no, I won't make it hard for you. I'll just kind of do something where you can still be sitting down. So I was very, very appreciative and grateful for her doing that. But I noticed that even on your website, you guys have this really wonderful opportunity, and it looked like it was free. I think the time has already passed, but you had an offering on your website. May 1st, you were hosting free dance classes in honor of International Dance Day, which I thought was so cool. And it was a personal choreographer, someone who's done dance with Nick Jonas and Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, and Richie Jackson. They were creating original choreography, which I think is wonderful. I love that you're reaching and you're utilizing every tool and every resource available to you. That's what it's about. Entrepreneurs, those of you that are feeling like you're stuck, just take a moment. And Toni, I'm going to ask you, because we want to do a little fun game with you before we sign off. But I'm also going to ask you, and I didn't prep you on this, but if you would pray even for some owners or some business individuals that might be feeling stuck and like, I don't know what to do, and I feel very paralyzed and I'm crippled by fear or whatever. It could just be very simple, but would you just pray for any entrepreneurs who might just be feeling like devastated and I can't move forward?
Sure. Father, we just thank you, Lord, for the vision and the dreams that you put in our heart, Lord God. And I just pray for those entrepreneurs that are feeling stuck, Lord, that you'll give them just a renewed spirit to just move forward and take that step, and knowing that you are walking right beside us, Lord God. So I just pray right now, Lord God, that you would just guide their steps, that you would carry them along and push them to a newfound love for what they do and for their business, Lord God. And I just pray that you bless them and their families and all that surround them in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. Was there anything else that you wanted to share before we move into the fun, a little bit of the more, because it was kind of heavy what we shared. There were some emotional moments.
Yeah.
But is there anything else that you would want to share?
No, I'm just really thankful for the families that I have, and I joke that, oh, there's my family.
There's your family. Yeah.
Grandbabies.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Those are your grand. You have 3?
Yes, 3 grandbabies. That's my son Dylan and my daughter-in-law Jamie.
I cannot believe that's Dylan.
That's Dylan.
No.
Yes, that's my man-child.
That is your man-child. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I mean, I remember Dylan just being like itty bitty, and oh my word, does he still like to dance?
He loves to dance.
Oh, I love that.
Not a dancer, but he loves to dance.
Hey, at least he loves to dance.
Yep, he does.
Okay, I'm sorry. So your
Go ahead.
family, you're thankful for your
For
families,
the studio families who supported us throughout this year, for the new people who have come and just breathed new life into the studio, and just, it's just been amazing. It's just been just answered prayer after answered prayer. When I walk in the door, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Like, it's amazing the things that God has done. And I'm just so thankful for those families, like I said, who have supported us, who didn't want to see us, fail, and who just really lifted me up and called and wrote and anything else. Like, some days it was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm good. Some of my former students who helped me film, families who just came to our aid and just to help us and want to make sure that the studio survived and like you said, thrived. Our word for this year was thrive. And because so much of last year was just like survival mode, and so it's been amazing since January, like how much the studio has grown and how many students we've gotten and how our team has just stepped up and have had to add classes and all of these things just to accommodate for how much the studio is growing. And so it's been amazing, but without all of the supportive families, I really could never have done it. And then my supportive family and my small group of amazing friends, who just are a phone call away, a text away, a crying session away. Like, I mean, just just amazing people that I've been blessed to have in my life and surrounded by. So that's it.
I love that. Well, truly, a word that you keep saying is community. And, it's evident to me that And Dance has built a beautiful community. And that's why people reached out to you, because they were a part of your community and you touched them and you blessed them and you blessed their kids and you blessed your teachers and you blessed the parents. And so I really believe that with all that you deposited into the lives of all of these people for years, almost 26 years, the Bible is very clear that which a man sows, that he will reap. And you, my friend, that's what you reaped in 2020 during that pandemic, or just things are coming at you. And it was a result of all that you sowed, and you sowed and you sowed and you sowed and you sowed. And I believe that there's still more to come for you. And I'm just so excited just to see and to hear. Also, I would love for you to keep us posted on some of these wonderful things, the miraculous things that God's doing with your dance studio. And may you continue to flow in that creativity and just continue to keep him the number one place, the number one source. Today I was saying, Lord, without you, I can't do it. I can't do this without you. Either the things that you've called me to do, I'm excited to do them, but I need you to be the one to lead. And I put you back at the top. I always want to keep them at the top and at the forefront. So just so proud of you. And we had no idea that we would be walking through anything like this.
Yeah.
But you are a survivor and you are thriving. I love that you have your word of the year, thrive. And maybe for some of you watching, you go, oh, that resonated with me. Then let's say that that's your word for this year. For some of you that felt like, yes, that resonates with me. That's my word. Then we say, then this is your year to thrive. In Jesus' name. And so, we have a fun little game prepped. It's called 5-finger trivia, because we only do 5 questions, and it's the dance edition. So we're super excited. Hey there, Miss Lavette. I see Miss Lavette saying she's watching from Buena Park. Welcome. We're glad you're here. We have Pat from Anaheim. We've got Dava from Pomona. So wonderful to have all of the viewers on here. We're super excited. Okay, here we go. Question number 1, Toni. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. The most popular ballet in the world, which was first performed in 1892, is Tchaikovsky's.
Oh God.
The
The
most.
Nutcracker?
Yeah, that's it.
I hope it's a Nutcracker.
It's the Nutcracker.
Okay, great.
All right, number 2. Very good. Number 2. A young woman named Alex Owens is a steel plant welder who has always dreamed of a time when she will attend a prestigious ballet school. What is the name of this movie?
Oh, say it again. What was the question?
Okay, a young woman named Alex Owens is a steel plant welder who has always dreamed of a time when she would attend a prestigious ballet school. She is a dancer, though she's not in ballet yet.
Okay.
What is the name of this movie?
Oh, even though I'm not a movie watcher, Flashdance.
Yes! Ding, 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 it is Flashdance. I was like, oh yeah, I remember all of the head turning and she's a maniac and all the feet.
One of my teachers has a little dance to Maniac for her 6-year-olds for the recital that's coming up, and it is so hilarious. So cute. They're doing the whole thing. So
I would love to see that.
It's so adorable.
That's so cute. I love it. Okay, 3 more to go.
Oh gosh.
Fred Astaire performs one of his most memorable solo routines where he dances with his shadow. Name that movie.
Oh God. Is it Singing in the Rain? No,
because that was the same thing I thought. It's a movie called Swing Time. Fred Astaire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said Swing Time. I said Singing in the Rain too, but it's Swing Time. Okay, this line dance was originally choreographed in 1976. It was Marcia Griffith's song "Electric Boogie" that gave it popularity, but it was 1989 when it really took off, and for 10 years was listed as the #1 dance in the world. And it's a group dance, and it's a line dance.
Okay. So is it the electric slide?
It's the electric slide. Oh, yeah.
What's the other one? What's the other one called?
The other one, the newer one?
Yes.
What's the newer one?
Shuffle?
Oh, Cupid Shuffle. Yeah, to the right, to the right.
Oh my God. I never heard that song again.
Now kick, now kick. Okay, one more. Let's see, which one we watch? I have a few different questions. Okay. This will be fun for you.
Okay.
Last question. Most any recital performed in any state across most countries has featured a dance move or song from this legendary pop star. Most popular dance moves include toe stands, anti-gravity leans, the kick, and the robot. Who is this?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Woo! The king of pop himself. Well, thank you so much for playing that with us. Yes. And we want to get your information up on there for those of you that are interested in, putting your kids in. Tell me the types of dance that your studio offers.
We have ballet, we have jazz, tap, hip hop, modern, contemporary. We have, is that it? I think that might be it.
Okay. So yes. So let's get that info card back on there. For those of you that are interested in giving your children some phenomenal dance lessons, please visit anddance.com. anddance.com, and then also give them a follow out on Instagram. They are at @and_dance Norwalk, and then Facebook they are at @and_dance Norwalk as well. But if all else fails, just anddance.com, and then we will also have their information up on our website tomorrow as well. So Toni, thank you so much for bringing us. Someone's asking about adults. Do you guys have dance for adults there too?
Yes, we do.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't realize this. Okay, yes. So for those of you that might want your kids to be in there, but you also want to dance, then go on, head over to anddance.com. And just obviously you can see Toni's just a beautiful person inside and out, and a woman of great faith. So, Toni, thank you so much for sharing what great things God has done with And Dance Studio. May you continue to prosper, and may those creative ideas continue to flow to you as you are literally leading the whole helm of And Dance Studio. And congratulations on hitting 26 years. What a wonderful thing to celebrate.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Toni Arizmendi with And Dance. Mwah. Bye-bye, my friend.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay.
Wow. So then inspiring, that was faith building, that was even challenging, hearing and seeing. I love the vulnerability that she had, sharing with some of the things that she had to fight and some of the decisions that she had to make, leading this dance studio, which now is celebrating almost 26 years. And so some of you might be facing some pretty devastating things. And I want to just encourage you in this. There is a God who hears, and he promises in his word, if you call out to me and you cry out to me with all of your heart, he says, I will be found by you. And there are numerous times in my life where that has happened, where I can say, I think I've even shared in the past, as devastating as the heartbreak for me of a miscarriage at the age of 19 years old, and was just kind of living my own life, doing my own thing. I wasn't, I did know the Lord, but I was still living my own life. And I definitely was in control, and apparently not really in control, right? But there was a time where I was so devastated. I didn't know how to get rid of the pain. And no matter what I was doing, nothing was working until I called out to God. I cried out to him in my bedroom late one night, and he met me right there. And such joy and such peace just came over me. And I was crying, but then I started rejoicing, and I'd never done that before. It was crazy. And even sharing with you now, some of you might be, well, this is really weird, but this is a God who loves. He's so loving, and he's so there. He just would love for us to call out to him when we really need something, not just then when we need something, but really at all times. But I'm specifically speaking to those of you that may think, I don't know this person, and is he real? I'm just saying, call out to him. The same God that did it for Toni, the same God that did it for me, he'll do it for you. And so thank you so much for joining. I'm getting a hot flash, which means it's time to go because these lights is hot. But before I do, I just want to give a huge shout out and a thank you. Oh, my hair, it's all kinds of crazy things going on. Hey, I do have something to celebrate, though. I did find some lashes that do not hurt like last week's did. So I'm super excited about these lashes, because right now I'm really cutting back on all that kind of stuff. So 2 more things, actually maybe even 3. I want to give a shout out. I received this beautiful blouse. Isn't it gorgeous? From my dear friends at Embrace Her Heart. Or is it Embrace Her Dream? It's She Glams Her Heart, but also has an online store called Embrace Her Dream. And so this blouse is from Embrace Her Dream. So I just want to say thank you, Lisbeth Espinosa, and your beautiful team from Embrace Her Dream. And for those of you women that just want a pick-me-up, go visit them on Instagram. It's called Embrace Her Dream. And then there's also She Glams Her Heart, which is also Lisbeth Espinosa. But isn't this a beautiful blouse? Oh my goodness. I love it. Yes. So that is her online store, just recently launched. This was one of the 2 pieces that I received as a gift. So I'm so thankful, but I just wanted to give a shout out to her. Again, embraceHerDream.com, just very beautiful feminine pieces. And I love this. I don't even want to take this off. But alas, I will have to. And then for those of you that love cartoons and illustrators, or Butch Hartman, or Nickelodeon, or Tough Puppy, or Fairly Odd Parents, or Danny Phantom, join us next Monday, because Butch Hartman will be in the house next Monday. We're super excited. Animator, creator, Nickelodeon's Fairly Odd Parents, and Danny Phantom will be here with us next Monday, and it's going to be fun. So do mark your calendars and tell your friends all about it. If you have never subscribed to our show, please subscribe. Head on over to YouTube, even if you're watching on Facebook. Even if you're watching on Facebook, head on over to YouTube and do a little search called A New Thing Live, and then go ahead and hit boop, subscribe. Subscribe to A New Thing Live. Boop. Subscribe to A New Thing Live. And then we also invite you to share any prayer requests. We want to know. We want to be praying with you, and praise reports. If you've got something that you want to share, like this wonderful thing happened, we want to hear all about it. And so email us at hello@anewthinglive.com, and we will be praying with you and for you. Nothing too great. We believe in the power of prayer. And so do write us, even just to say hello, or ways that this show inspired you, and mark your calendars for next Monday. And I think that's all for now. Remember, specifically for you, there is something only unique that's supposed to happen to you that's brand new. What is that thing? I always say, isn't it time for something new? And really, every day is a chance for something new. So hold on to your new hat. Be open to that new thing that God has in store for you. And we'll see you next Monday night on A New Thing Live. Have a great week. Are you ready? Hey, help us get the word out about our new show. Subscribe today, right now, to A New Thing Live.